According to Northwestern Mutual's 2026 Planning and Progress Study, Americans say they'll need $1.46 million on average to retire comfortably, a 15% jump from the $1.26 million figure cited just last year. But here's a brutal truth. The typical household, aged 65 to 74, has only about $200,000 in retirement accounts. That is barely a fraction of what experts say is needed. That gap is staggering. And it's exactly why most Americans are quietly panicking about retirement. So in this video, we're going to break it all down. The real numbers, the real lifestyle, and the real steps you can take starting today. Before we talk lifestyle tiers, you need to understand the 4% rule, the most important concept in retirement planning. The rule is simple. In your first year of retirement, you withdraw 4% of your total savings. Then, each year after, you adjust that number for inflation. The idea is that over a 30-year retirement, your investment returns will offset your withdrawals, so you never run out of money. For example, if you have $1 million saved, that gives you $40,000 a year to live on. But keep in mind, this 4% rule applies only to your personal retirement portfolio. You get to add your Social Security, pension, or any other income right on top of that 10. Here is some good news. The rule's creator himself now believes a 5.25% to 5.5% range may actually be safer for people retiring today. That means your money could stretch significantly further than you think.
Let's break this down into 3 real-world lifestyles. Starting with Tier 1, retiring on $50,000 a year. Portfolio needed roughly 875,000 to 100万美元. This is the baseline for a modest but dignified retirement in most of America. At this level, you can comfortably cover your essential needs: housing, groceries, utilities, and healthcare, but you'll need to be intentional with your spending. Think living in a mid-size or lower cost of living city, driving a reliable used car, cooking most meals at home, and taking the occasional domestic road trip. Location is everything here. States like Oklahoma, Mississippi, and Arkansas are among the most affordable, where a comfortable retirement baseline sits under 810,050 a year goes much further in the heartland than it does in California or New York. Plus, don't forget the Social Security boost. The average Social Security retirement benefit in 2026 is roughly $2,071 a month, or about $24,852 a year. At this tier, Social Security could cover nearly half of your entire income needs, dramatically reducing the amount you actually need to save out. Pocket. Next up is Tier 2, retiring on $75,000 a year. Portfolio needed roughly $1.25 million to $1.5 million. This is the sweet spot for most Americans, and it sits right next to that 1.46 million magic number. People say they need to feel comfortable. At $75,000 per year, retirement starts to feel like a reward. You can afford a comfortable home, either owned outright or with a very small mortgage. You can travel domestically a couple of times a year, dine out regularly, and cover unexpected medical expenses without panic. This is the tier where you go from surviving retirement to truly enjoying it. You're not clipping coupons, but you're also not flying first class. It's a balanced, fulfilling lifestyle, especially outside of major metropolitan cities. Finally, we have Tier 3, retiring on $100,000 a year. Portfolio needed $2 million to $2.5 million. Welcome to premium retirement. Studies show that Americans believe they'll need an average of $2.67 million to retire comfortably, and this tier shows exactly why. At $100,000 a year, you have real freedom, international travel, a vacation property, helping your kids or grandkids financially, premium healthcare, fine dining. It is all on the table. This is the retirement most people dream of when they picture their golden years. And here is the best part about Tier 3. At this income level, you likely won't even touch your principal investment. Your portfolio can keep growing via market returns, even as you make your annual withdrawals, leaving you with a true financial legacy to pass down to the next generation. The gap between 200,000 and these numbers looks terrifying on paper, but when you factor in Social Security, lifestyle choices, and the power of compounding interest, the mountain becomes much easier to climb. So, which tier fits your dream retirement? And more importantly, what is one step you're taking today to close your gap? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe for more real financial breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video.